105.5 KISS FM. Taylor Swift, you need to calm down. It is Listen, It's Liz. And in studio with me, I have Adrian from Slocum Dickson Medical Group. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I am doing so good. Slocum Dickson Medical Group, SDMG.com. You can find them on Facebook and Twitter. Talking about just what's going on right now at Slocum Dickson. We've got a couple things, right?
Yeah. So today we have with us Dr. Taryn Rio, and she's a pediatrician over at Slocum Dickson. Has been with us for a while now. And the reason that we have her here today is because actually August is 2 months, actually, that's related to pediatrics, I think you could say. So Breastfeeding Awareness Month as well as Immunization Awareness Month, and both really important topics. And so she'll be here talking about that.
Yeah. Well, good morning. How are you?
Hi. How are you?
I'm doing so good. And these are two very important things, I want to say. I actually just had a friend who gave birth, and she was very excited to know that she gave birth in Breastfeeding Month. And she's been talking a little bit about it, but what are just the benefits of breastfeeding?
So there's a lot of benefits to breastfeeding for both the baby and the mom.
Okay.
We know that breastfeeding can reduce the risk of infections in babies.
Wow,
so
okay.
things like ear infections, upper respiratory infections like colds, diarrhea.
Really?
Those can be decreased by breastfeeding. And then there's also some long-term effects of breastfeeding too. So it can decrease the risk of diabetes later in life and the risk of obesity.
I mean, I feel like there's been a lot of studies surrounding breastfeeding. And, there are certain people there's issues, right, that come up that make people stop. But what could those be?
Yeah, breastfeeding is hard work.
Yeah.
I mean, having a baby is hard work altogether.
Right. Yeah.
So I get that, and I think that's something important for everybody around to know. One of the hard things about breastfeeding is that not everybody knows a lot about it or has a lot of support.
Yeah.
So, let's say your mom never breastfed, your sisters never breastfed, your friends never breastfed. It's hard to do something kind of by yourself. So I tell moms to read as much as you can, because then you know about it.
Yeah.
And then figure out ways to get support if breastfeeding is something that's important to you.
I feel like because breastfeeding is one of those natural human instincts, everyone just assumes that it's going to be easy and everyone knows what to do, but I would have no idea where to even start. And where can you go for help for that?
Yeah, so you can ask your pediatrician. You can go to WIC.
Okay.
They do a lot of help for people that are breastfeeding. There's a national group called La Leche League, and here in our area we have something called Mohawk Valley Breastfeeding Network.
Oh, wow.
They do some really cool things like breastfeeding cafes where you can go and meet other moms that are breastfeeding, get help with breastfeeding, weigh your baby to make sure they're getting enough.
Wow.
And this week, actually today, they're doing a big event at the zoo. So
very cool.
It's all about breastfeeding, and you get moms and babies get in free, vendors, stuff like that.
What I love about it is that is a community where if, like you said, if your mom and your sisters and your friends, they never breastfed, but you're interested in it, now you're with people and other females who have and are doing it currently.
Yeah.
So they can definitely give you some tips and tricks. And
it still might be hard, but hopefully that will make it easier.
Right. And then we can go right into immunization and all of that. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of questions and a lot of studies about this. And how do vaccines actually work? She's like,
it's a whole immunology lesson right here.
Yeah, right.
If you bring it down to the basics,
yes,
what a vaccine does is it takes the dangerous part of a disease and inactivates it or kills it.
Okay.
And then we put that part of the disease into your body so that your body can make the defenses against it. So it produces antibodies and white blood cells that will fight off that infection.
For sure.
So now once you have a vaccine, your body is ready in case it encounters the real disease, not the inactivated one.
Okay, that makes sense. And, obviously there's lots of concerns when it comes to vaccines, but what are some of the risks of not getting vaccinated?
Well, the main risk is that you could get these vaccine-preventable diseases, and we see that measles is coming back a big time because people haven't been vaccinating as much as we need them to. Even illnesses that are considered pretty mild, like chickenpox, they have a chance of giving you things that are not mild, like pneumonia and meningitis. So we want people to prevent these diseases for their kids so that they won't have that chance of getting something really bad.
And that's huge. I feel like, people are going to still do the research and they're going to go and look online and see all these things. But you guys are available to answer any questions, correct?
Definitely you should ask your doctor. And if you feel like you can't ask your doctor, then that's maybe not the right doctor for you.
Yeah.
And be careful about what sources you use, because there is tons of information out there, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily true.
And that's a big thing. Like to push that on the internet. Just because it's there does not mean it's true. Slocum Dickson Medical Group, The Medical Moment, SDMG.com. If you have any questions about breastfeeding or immunization or vaccines in general, make sure you are checking them out. And Adrian, you actually have new doctors as well?
Yeah, we had several new doctors join recently. So Dr. Al-Haddad, who is a dermatologist, joined over the past year. So he's taking new patients. Dr. Sloan, who we had on here last time, who's an endocrinologist, just joined us last month. And he's accepting new patients. And we are expecting another dermatologist to come too. So look for that.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yep. And then so if you need any information even about what Dr. Rio was talking about today, you can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter and our website, sdmg.com. It's a great resource for that as well.
It is for sure. So make sure you're checking out Slocum Dickson Medical Group. All their details, sdmg.com.
Bring your house down. More hits, more fun, more Listen It's Liz. Next on Kiss FM.